Out here processing chickens today, and there is a rooster keeping his eye on me. Don't worry, bro. She wasn't that into you. Well, good mountain morning to you. Today we're going to show you real quick a method of processing chickens where you don't have to pluck them. Coming up on Modern Mountain Homestead. All right, well, you may say, why would you want to process a chicken without plucking them? Why would you go skinless? It might be a few reasons. It might be a bird with tougher skin. You might not have a plucker and a hot water bath to do the scalding in, or you might just be short on time. If any of those are your reason, I'm gonna show you real quick how to do this. This bird, I let it grow a little bit longer than I want it to. I think the skin might be a little bit on the tough side, but I believe the meat's still good. The bird's under a year old. But let's jump on in this bird. First ingredient, start with a dead bird. The knife I'm using today is a 4.5 inch Lincoln. That's the brand name, Lincoln. Boning knife. I got a set of Lincoln knives specifically designed for processing game. We're gonna process a chicken today. All right, you start, we'll remove legs and wings. What I like to do, I'd like to just get a little pressure against it first. Peel the feathers back a little ways, just get in there, loosen it up, and give it a crack. And if you look in there, you get that knuckle going on right there. You see that little tendon right in the knuckle, whether you can see it on camera or not, but there's a little white tendon that's right there. Just get in there and cut it with your knife. Once you've done that, basically the leg comes right off. Bam, throw it in your bucket. Repeat the process. Find your spot, give it a little cut, give it a little bend, get into your knuckle, cut tendons, and then a leg off. You come on right around here to the wing. This one you're gonna catch it kind of on the elbow. This method, you're not gonna get the little part of the wing, but you'll get the drumstick of the wing, as some folks call it. You want to kind of come in here and find where that socket's going to be at. Cut the skin again. Get your little bend. It pretty much falls apart. In your bucket. Flip it around. Repeat the process. Go in the bucket. All right, at this point, get them on their back. You can go either way, front way towards you or tutor towards you, whichever one you want to go for at this point. Doesn't really matter. Just pinch up some loose skin. She's a little bit poopy right up in here, so I'm gonna go above the poopy area or pierce through, cut. And once you've done that, that's pretty much all the cutting of the skin you're gonna have to do. You get in here and get your fingers in the skin, pull off the pants, pull off the shirt. One of the reasons why we removed the legs first was because when the legs are gone, try to get back there and get as much of that scaly skin off as you can, and then you just get between the skin and the leg right here. Stick your thumb in there, just pull and get it all. I keep a pair of pliers with me just in case I don't get it all and I need to go a second round, but that time pull the pants all the way off. We'll flip her around, get in here. If you're curious what kind of chicken we're processing today, this is a Rudd Ranger from Hoover Hatchery. Raised a bunch of these this year. Weather got cold and I processed a bunch, and then a few other ones. I kept them around and they started laying eggs. So you know what? It's cold weather. You're laying eggs. You're a keeper for now. And I don't like processing weather. I don't like processing chickens in the cold weather. So, all right, back to what we're doing here. Enough of story time with Modern Mountain Man. All right, so you're just gonna keep pulling the skin down, get it past thighs and all that good stuff. Gets a little bit tight around here in the back. All right, so now you're working on pulling the shirt off. Remember the little wing drumstick nub? Find him, begin pulling it off. Same method, make that little hole right there, get your thumbs in, pull it loose. So now we've got the shirt most of the way off. All right, you just pull the shirt all the way up to the neck, and you can just leave all of that skin and feather right there, because that everything from the neck up in this particular method is going in the trash. Come on down here to where you left off, pulling the pants off. Pull it off, pull it off, pull it off. Throw that skin in the bucket. All right, so now you're at the point where you've got the shirt all the way off. It's around the neck there. You got a few little feathers here. We'll wash that off in a moment. You've released his whole body from the pants here. Now, you still got some feathers around the tutor. You can leave that because that's going in the trash too. See how simple this method is? Now, I used this knife a moment ago to cut through skin, through legs, through feathers, stuff like that. Never stick a knife into meat that you've used to cut through something dirty. So I'm gonna go wash this off with my hose. There's a lot of different ways to get into your groove here of where to start cutting meat off first. What I do is we remove these wings first. It's kind of one of the nice things about once you've got the chicken skinned. You remember kindergarten, we had to draw inside the lines? This is just like that. You just cut inside the lines. Once you remove the skin, you just see fat lines. You just follow the lines. God laid it out there for you. Just color inside the lines. If you get outside the lines, that's on you, but you're gonna have yucky meat, or yucky looking meat. So there's a nice little fat line right here on the shoulder. We will come right here and begin separating that from the back. And come around here right by the neck, separate a little bit. Then right here, where the breast and the shoulder come together, we're just gonna pick a spot and cut. And keep these feathers out of your way. I'm doing a few things backwards from how I would normally do it so you guys can watch it on camera. So I normally wouldn't have cut towards my fingers like that. And there's your first drumstick. We'll wash that off in a minute. Flip her over. Repeat that same process. Oh, there's a little extra fat there. All right. Find your line. Cut. Find your line. Cut. Find this line back on the shoulder. Cut. Once again, I'm doing this a little bit awkwardly just so I can show it to you guys. All right, we'll spin it around for you. Maybe you can see better this way. All right, drumstick, or wing drumstick. All right, so now the primals you have left will be the breast, thigh, and leg. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go for the breast next. But before we do that, I'm gonna show you a little trick. Just get in here, go ahead and squash those down. And now you've got a natural kickstand to hold the chicken in place while you're working on the line, while you're working on removing breast. Once again, you've got these natural lines here. What I'm gonna do first is I'm going to sort of score right here on this breastbone. Now with this, we're gonna leave all the guts in this gut sack. So we're gonna avoid that so we don't have to smell it, so we don't have to wash it off our food, all that good stuff. I'm just kind of just score it there first. And then I'm gonna kind of bring it over here and see this other line right there, this little fat line. I believe you guys can see it on camera, the little fat line right there. All right, that's where the breast starts meeting the rib cage there. We're just gonna go ahead and cut right on that fat line. Be careful when you get up here towards the top, because that's where the gut sack sort of all connects. We'll just kind of come through here, follow that fat line all the way back down to that shoulder. Just start removing it almost backwards-ish at first. So get it good and loose from there. Then we'll come back up here and we'll just follow this oh so carefully so you don't get into the gut sac. Now see there, it's already, the breast piece is removed, and there's a little, the very beginning of the tenderloin there. We're just gonna get our knife tip up underneath there and release it. See, I almost got into the gut sac there. Just, once again, follow this breastbone down, peel it back. Spin her around. Watch it. So you get to this point right here where it's basically released off the rib cage. You feel right in here. You'll feel the wishbone, if you will. Just kind of follow that down. All right, that, you got the breast and tenderloin together. We'll come back and clean that up in a second. Spin her around. Do the same thing. We'll cut that fat line again right there. Some people like to keep the fat on the breast. Some people leave it on the carcass. That's up to you. Your personal preference there. It's a free country. Process your chicken how you like. All right. Skin got loosened here from the bottom. No meat left behind. All right, let's come back here. It's up here where we follow that breastbone again, score it real good first. And just start removing it oh so gently. I mentioned she was a Rudd Ranger. You're like, did you mean to say Red Ranger? And you just have a funny accent? No, I meant Rudd, R-U-D-D. It's Hoover Hatchery's version of the Freedom Ranger or the Red Ranger. It's named Rudd because I guess Hoover is in Rudd, Iowa. So we processed a bunch of these, I guess the normal way where you scald them and pluck them. Processed a bunch of those, and we've been roasting them, and they have been so good that this thigh meat is the way thigh meat was supposed to taste, man. It's not like those Cornish crosses that taste like wood or styrofoam. It's got real chicken flavor to it. I'm sorry, I'm blocking your view again, aren't I? All right, so just get in here, just taking my time. Process them a lot quicker when I'm not talking to the camera, but taking my time for you guys, chatting you up, all that good stuff. Once again, breast and tenderloin. All right, so all you got left now is the thigh and the leg. So we'll go ahead. Once again, you got lines to follow. There's a big old chunk of fat right there. You can get it under that guy. Let's see, it's kind of got a little hiney right there. Just get inside of that so you get as much of that good dark thigh meat on your cut as possible. No meat left behind. This may look like meat on camera. This is just the gut sack right here. That's nothing yummy in there unless you like eating some of the chicken innards. At that point, once you got it loosened up, you just kind of follow that backbone, come around that little H-bone there and follow. Over here, follow that little line. And shabam, you got the thigh. We'll clean her up in a minute. We'll repeat that process. Get up underneath that fat like that. Cut around this little hiney there. Yep, pierced the gut sac a little bit there, but I didn't poke in there. I just kind of sliced the edge. I was looking at the viewfinder instead of looking at chicken, my bad. All right. Go the other way this time. There you are. And then we've got all the guts in here. Got all the skin here. Like I said, normally I'm a fan of fried chicken with skin, roasted chicken with skin. We're just gonna do some skinless cuts as well. And the only thing I really ever use the innards for is catfishing, and it's too cold to go catfishing right now. Got some spectators over here watching what we're doing. All right, so got this. I will clean these up a little bit more when I take them inside, the rest of them, but just for sake of all the viewing audience, I'll show you how we separate these two. Just kind of come in here like that, same as before. So what I'm going to do now, my thighs, I'm going to do boneless, skinless thighs. So you see how I kind of got them separate there? I'm going to follow this little fat line right here. I'm going to use this drumstick for the time being to hold on to my thigh, to the thigh bone rather, as I get in here and separate. All right, so I'll clean that up a little bit, trim some of that fat. Boneless, skinless thigh, nothing grills like this, y'all. I put a little black pepper, a little adobo on this, grill it. Thighs are great because you don't dry them out. You got to work really hard to dry a thigh out. This is one of my favorite things to cook for guests when they come over. Just go ahead and throw that on ice. There's my little wing ding. There's my other little wing. Skinless leg thigh quarter. Go ahead and we'll separate the tender from the breast. Go ahead and we're gonna take this tender, and one of the tricks a lot of people do is they'll take a pair of pliers, grab that little tender in the tendon, and just pull it right out. That's the gutless, skinless method there. Once again, it's not the method I use always, so if you're in the comment section saying you should save the skin, normally I do. Or if you're like, you should save the gizzards and livers, you're welcome to them. Otherwise, my spring and summer kills, they go for catfish, and we turn our chicken into catfish. But today, we're not doing that. This wasn't my first time cleaning a chicken, but it was my first time doing it on camera. So yeah, let me know how I did. I tried my best to keep it moving around so you guys could see it. I noticed a few times when I got to looking at the viewfinder, I should have been watching the chicken. So let me know what you thought. God bless you, go take your mountain.